What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Elden Ring All Bosses walkthrough. We just completed the Shadow Altus area last episode, which covers quite a large amount of ground, and we are now taking on the Shadow Keep. And right as you get into Shadow Keep is a boss, and this is not my favorite boss by any means. We are fighting the Golden Hippopotamus. Now on day one, this guy really kicked my butt. But over time, I've definitely fought enough of these guys to make things a little easier. Alright, now this one is special. There are some other golden hippos that you'll find throughout the game. This one is special because, as you see, it has a phase 2 associated with it, where it basically becomes a hybrid with a porcupine. Ouch! Jeez. Now, this is actually an aspect of the Crucible you're able to get. Oh, this grab is just the absolute worst. Wow, we're taking a lot of damage. Holy. Oof, oof. Oh, double slam. No. And death. Wow, we are taking crazy damage from this guy. I don't know if we're intended to be a higher Shadow Tree level than we are right now, but man. Alright, let's try that again. We'll get it this time. Jeez, okay, cool. I had no clue what was going on with that attack. Awesome. Yeah, I really don't like this boss. Bosses that kill me a lot don't frustrate me. It's bosses whose moveset just isn't particularly fun to deal with. Which, yeah, Hippopotamus definitely fits the description. Well, rip all those runes, but who cares? Okay, will you do something normal this time? Okay, the grab. Cool, nice whiff. Let's see if we can get a weapon art in before phase 2. Excellent. Oof, okay. Double slam. Bite. Grab, yep. If he starts to grab that close, I have no chance. I don't know how you're supposed to avoid it when he's that close. Cool. This boss freaking sucks, man. I'm sorry. It's terrible. And I don't know why we're taking so much damage. I feel like we're at a good Shadow Tree level. There is a summon sign here if you do want help. It is Horn Scent. I didn't know you could summon him for multiple fights. That's good to know. Alright, dude. Let's... Okay, here's the grab. And cool, it didn't roll. I love this game. Dude, this fight is just horrible. Cool. Yeah, I can't even see what's going on. What is that hitbox? Are you like what? This boss is so bad. It's so bad, dude. worst hitboxes I've ever seen. Oh, man. Here I was saying on my first attempt, I was like, oh yeah, I fought these guys enough that I know what I'm doing. Apparently not. Apparently I still just freaking suck at these guys. Because they're terribly designed. Cool. So much damage. Oh, nice whiff. That's real helpful. There we go. I knew a stagger was coming. Let's get another one of these in. Die. Gosh, such a bad boss. Like, there is nothing redeemable about that boss whatsoever. Alright, enough complaining. Okay, we're at level 10. Keep in mind, level 15 is the max Shadow Tree Blessing level. And there's still a ton left of the DLC. So that's why I'm like, I don't know why we're taking so much damage from that. It's really weird. But whatever. Okay. Now I get to enjoy this masterpiece of a legacy dungeon. I love this place. Alright, got some lore here. No, such a thing is utterly inconceivable. We've not been abandoned. Messmer is the son of Queen America. Her grace would never abandon her own flesh and blood. Yeah, well... Sorry to disappoint you, buddy. Alright, so, unsurprisingly, since this is Messmer's stronghold, there are a ton of Messmer soldiers throughout this dungeon. And a number of Black Knights as well. Woo! I knew there was a guy there. I did not expect him to do that right away. Not a one shot. Okay. Alright, Black Knight here. I think we kill this guy first. Wow. You're cool. Okay, now you can drop down into this plaza right here if you want, but there is another way to get there from the next room. So we're going to wait. Alright, now watch out, there is this other Black Knight here. Let's see if I can lure him outside. Perfect. Take him one-on-one. Maybe not. Come on, dude. Alright, whatever. Let's just rush for the bow. Nice and easy. Ooh, nice. Black Knight helm. Oh, it only opens from the other side. Interesting. Okay. Alright, so this is where you eventually want to go. We're going to go check out that plaza first. So I guess you actually can't access it from in here specifically. but you come up from the plaza through that door. So we'll come back over down here. Let's see if we can sneak up on this Black Knight. Oh. Alright, a few shadow guys in here. Looks like they're non-aggressive, so you can probably just grab the Talisman of Lord's Bestowal, which increases poise after using a Flask of Tears. So if you've ever wanted to just basically tank hits while, like, right after healing, this talisman lets you do that. Grab a smithing stone, and then dropping down there is where we first came in after the hippo fight. Can't believe there's some soldiers in here. Yep, hello. Oh, and a Black Knight. Okay. Another helm? Dang it. Give me the rest of the set. And then you can climb up this ladder and it will take us to that door that we tried to open a little bit earlier. Oh, we didn't talk to Freya, I just realized. Last episode after breaking Miquella's rune. Okay, now there's going to be some vulgar militiamen over here. Alright, and then down the staircase there's some more of them. And then this door unlocks a shortcut back to the site of grace from the golden hippo. Boom. Okay. Now, when you were talking to Letta, and we went over this last episode about helping her defeat some of the other NPCs, if you suggest Horn Scent to her, that summon sign will show up just like right here. Again, for the sake of fleshing out everybody's quest lines as much as possible, you're not going to be invading anybody with Letta. Plus, Letta's kind of a jerk, so who wants to help her anyway? Okay. Alright, now over here, this ladder is extremely hard to miss. That's why they kind of put that item right there to try to help you find it. But you can drop down here. It's not over here. It's behind the waterfall. Go down another ladder. Where there is a painting you can grab. Okay, now the game wants you to think that that's all that's here, is this painting. However, if you notice this very suspicious outline of a doorway here, you'll see that we have an illusory wall. I 100% missed this on my first playthrough. This is one of the things I unfortunately had to look up because I just didn't know about it. And then, as is tradition in Elden Ring, when FromSoft can't really figure out a good way of taking you from one point to another, they just put a coffin in and say, yeah, do this. And that will take you to where you need to go. All right. So this takes you to a portion of the map that, again, on my first playthrough, I had no clue how to get down here. Now, this is technically part of Shadow Altus, but since you have to go through the Shadowkeep itself, I didn't want to make it a part of last episode. Plus, this river takes you down into an entirely new area where there's a deceivingly large amount of things that you can do in this river. And at the end of it, it takes you into an even bigger area. So I'm saving all of this for one episode specifically. So, yeah, but we'll make our way back to the main gate plaza site of Grace and continue on through the Shadowkeep. Now that we have that shortcut unlocked, we can just run right through here. Alright, we have our first encounter here with a Fire Knight. There are a bunch of these guys throughout the rest of the Shadowkeep. They are Messmer's basically elite knights. And they got some pretty fun movesets. Just wish their armor was a little cooler. It's not really my kind of vibe. Okay, this lift will take us to the largest portion of the Shadowkeep, which reminds me a lot of the Grand Archives in Dark Souls 3. We're here in the Specimen Storehouse. My apologies. Alright, we got a bunch of ruins. Let's go ahead and level up real quick. I'm wondering, is Freya still over here? Doesn't look like it. Yeah, it looks like everybody has now moved, except for Letta. Letta is still chilling over here, and Hornsent. But I believe everybody else has moved. Yeah, but that's okay, because we'll be able to talk to Freya later on in this spot. Okay, so this portion of of this place can get really confusing. There's a lot of like back paths and everything to lead you into different portions of the Specimen Storehouse, so I'll do my best to kind of guide you through everything. One thing to keep an eye out for is there's a bunch of vulgar militiamen in this area, and they really like to catch you off guard. So for example, over here you'll see this one is getting ready to ambush you if you were to just come over from the left side. So be on the lookout for them. There are also a bunch of these shadow guys who will cast these fire spells on you. This thing, like, I don't know why they put that there. It totally looks like something you should be doing. Oh, because it's a back way into here. What? I never knew this. Okay, cool. I always thought you had to drop down from up there to get into this part, but apparently that's another way of doing it. Interesting. Okay, we get the Bolt Drake Talisman +3. We can pull this lever to move this bookcase. This is one of the reasons why this reminds me of the Grand Archives from Dark Souls 3, because there is something literally exactly like this in that area. Very nice. Well, look, I learned something new. Okay, now the trick with these fire spells that they cast, it will do a little animation before it actually comes towards you. So, cast, roll. Cast, wait, roll. So, that's kind of the trick with those. You don't want to try to roll right when they cast it. Otherwise, it will end up roll catching you. Alright, here's another militiaman ready to ambush you. Ouch! Excuse you. Okay, now before we keep going that way, as you're coming the normal way over here to the left... oh wait, did we skip something? Let me make sure we didn't skip anything over here. No, okay, cool, we're good. Alright. Over here takes you to basically the end of Shadowkeep, or like the way to get to the next area. This lift will take you down. Now there are a number of items that we can gather while we're in here. Nice. Okay, and then I always forget where there's an illusory wall for one of these things that unveils an item. I always have the hardest time remembering which one it is. Alright, yeah, so a bunch of warrior jars and these shamans in here. It's basically all the enemies. Nothing in here. It's pretty dark. Let's go ahead and light things up. Okay. Okay, oh, it's actually right here. Okay. So this is an illusory wall. That lets us grab the Battlefield Priest's Cookbook. Ouch. Oh, yeah, okay, I forgot this one is special. This is weird spell. Oh, it's GoldenEye version too. We should get plenty of runes out of this thing. 14k, very nice. Alright, hefty cracked pot, very nice. And this will be the Iris of Grace. So we grabbed the Iris of Occultation earlier in the Fort of Reprimand. Where is it? There it is. So this is the opposite of the Iris of Grace, so one is light, one is dark. And as I mentioned earlier in the walkthrough, these can be used in association with Queline's questline when we find him a little bit later in the Shadowkeep. Ah! No! I freaking hate that attack. Alright, some more pots down here. think that's it. Oh, yep. These guys. Cool. Okay, we'll go ahead and activate this Site of Grace. We're not going to continue forward. Like I mentioned, this is the way to the end of the Shadowkeep itself to get to the second to last area of the game. So we're going to wait until after we clear the rest of the keep to do that. Alright, back to the storehouse. Oh, come on. Cool. No. Oh, what the? I didn't even see you. Okay. Now in this room right here, we'll be reunited with our good friend Ansbach. This is where he moves to. And, well, we're kind of going to get a little indication as to some things that are happening and what Mikola's plans are, as he is kind of studying, and we're going to get some more information when we run into Freya a little bit later as well.
Righteous tarnished. It's been some time. After unburdening my soul to you, I had hoped to make a fresh start, but there was one thought I could not dislodge from my mind. So, here I am, quite unable to move on. After Lord Moke's slaying at his dynastic palace, it appears his body has been absconded with and taken straight to kind Mikola. Surely you recall that I once served Lord Moog as a pureblood knight, after failing him in every regard and losing sight of my vows. I'd do anything to make amends, in whatever meager way I can. What could they possibly have in mind for Lord Moog's remains? The implications are rather unnerving.
Alright, so one of the requirements for entering the DLC is beating Moog. And that can be viewed as easily as, oh yeah, Mikola's egg is where Moog is, so obviously that's needed. But Ansbach tells us that Moog's body was taken to Mikola, straight to him. So now Ansbach is kind of like, what the heck do they have planned? Like, why did they take his body? And he's kind of terrified at thinking, you know, what they could possibly have planned with it. Oh, hello, Fire Knight. Alright, up the staircase we go. Now you are able to jump up onto these. I can't remember if there's an actual item over here that we can grab. I don't think we can jump onto this thing from here. Let's give it a try. Maybe up on these. Oh, come on, we're right there. No, dude, what is that? Yeah, okay. I figured as much, but it's the harm in trying. Alright. Just coming over this way, we got a few of these guys. Now watch out for him, unless you want to take him down from range. He's just going to sit there and keep doing that. Ouch. We might be out of range of that guy now. Yeah, nice. Cool. Okay. Alright, up to the next level of stairs we go. Try. Oh. I was going to say, let's try to sneak up on this Fire Knight, but that did not work. Okay. You'll see these doors here. You cannot open them from this side. Oh, it doesn't even give you a prompt or anything. Alright, let's take out these shadow guys and then the Fire Knight at the end. Ouch. Oof. Oh, missed one. Hello, sir. Nice Ember of Messmer. The more of those, the better for crafting those pots. Oh! You freaking jerks and your poison. Stop. Oh my word. Jeez. Alright, come through here. No. Hello. Ouch. Okay, cool. Alright, now from here you can jump onto that statue, but before we do that, we're going to come right over here. The dueling shield. So that's a weapon that was featured in the trailer for the DLC that I was like, oh, I'm totally going to use that. And yeah, I never have. But pretty cool. It's a weapon that can obviously be used for both defense and offense, respectively. Okay. Well, I think that is it for this level. So we'll go ahead and make our way up by jumping onto this statue. Boom. Okay, so another cross here with a message. Shadow Tree Fragment. I abandoned here my arm dextrol. Alright, and then reading this message, which was left by Sir Ansbach, addressed to kindred spirits who also pursue Miquella's trail. It would seem that the people of the keep have flooded the holy quarter that leads onward to the Shadow Tree, barring access. However, there is no route that leads there from this storehouse. Perhaps there is another way to reach the holy quarter from somewhere else in this keep. So the area that he is talking about is right over here. You can actually see all the water. This is where last episode, when we reached this rise over here and this crossing path, this pathway goes into that portion itself. So we'll do that a little bit later on in this episode, but that's the area that he is referencing. All right, now we're able to come outside a little bit at this point. Whoa. Hello. Was not expecting that. All right, here we've got a caster fire knight. Now, if we come over here, you'll actually see that there is this lower portion right here we're able to get to a little bit later. I don't think there's anything else around here. That's pretty much it. Okay. Cool. Alright, we'll come down the stairs. Got a couple of shadow guys here. Boom. And this takes us into a new portion of the storehouse, where you can grab this secret rite scroll. If you read the item description, says, go back. Learn about the secret rite of the divine gateway. Scroll made of white tree bark. Few can decipher the scroll, which describes the secret rite of the divine gateway, said to be found at the tower enshrouded by shadow. A lord will usher in a god's return, and the lord's soul will require a vessel. This is an item we're going to have to give to Ansbach, but we'll do that in just a second. For now, we'll keep moving forward. Ooh. Nice. Okay. Sorry, I keep looking down because there's a secret drop down you're able to get to at one point, but I feel like I've said this a billion times. I can't remember how to get there. All right. No. We actually want to come to the left first. Yeah. Oh, you're hiding out. Oh! Nice. Armor drop? Nope. Lame. Alright, up the stairs we go. Now we'll start to hear a familiar voice.
Fickle, fidgety little letters. I should wipe you clean off the page.
So that is Freya that we're hearing. So now it's just a matter of finding her. Oh, healer? What the?
Take it slow.
That's cheating. Are you serious? Alright, Let's kill this guy. You're being annoying. Armor? Yeah! Oh, double armor drop. Let's go. Alright. Man, that healing guy was being really annoying. I did not want to backstab, but whatever. No, nope, this is bad. Oh. These guys just like to activate at the worst time. Alright, grab this Shadow Realm rune, and then we want to pull this lever. This is going to move the statues and stuff in the middle of the room. Which will grant us access to get higher up. Okay. And making our way back here, we'll go up the next level of stairs.
By my lord.
And here's Freya.
Ever make sense of this jumble? Oh, hello. I'm afraid I'm busy. Curse upon my lack of foresight. I should have asked Ansbach to impart his knowledge when I had the chance. I'm afraid I'm busy, truly. I should have asked...
Okay, so she's kind of like unhelpful as to things, but basically just says, oh, I should have asked Ansbach. So we're going to go talk to him again. Go back to the first floor site of Grace.
What could they possibly have in mind for Lord Moog's remains? The implications are rather unnerving.
Okay, so we're gonna first tell him about Freya's decision.
Freya, by the gods. She must be feeling the need to reaffirm her allegiance before she heads to war. A true Redmane she is, hardly troubled by the rot, but no one is without their shortcomings. She has a hard road ahead. It does make one think. Perhaps our concerns are but two sides of the same coin.
Okay, so if I didn't like mention it before, Freya is a Redmane, like Ansbach says right there. So she's a soldier of Radon. And now we're gonna give him the secret right scroll.
Well, what's this? Yes, I should have known. Even the truth was itself mere folly. As if using Lord Moog to gain entrance to the land of shadow were not enough, he plans to use his corpse as the vessel of his king consort. He has forsaken Lord Moog's soul. He desires only his empty shell. It beggars belief, but I'm afraid Tender Mikola fails to grasp the humiliation implied by this act. One thing is certain. My dear lord deserved better. Righteous Tarnished, you have my gratitude. You have given me the answers I needed, but I can hardly fathom it. Such folly. Unto the end. I am a warrior, but I've aged. I cannot afford to act hastily. Curse it all. I know my limits. I could spend the rest of my life honing my craft, and still that creature would be out of my blade's reach. The absolute folly of it all. Righteous Tarnished, could you please give this to Freya. Thanks to you, she too will have the answers she requires. Freya possesses a youth I no longer have. This knowledge will surely stoke the flames of valor within her. Yes. I can see her barreling into the fray right now.
Well, her name is Freya. Okay, that was bad.
Perhaps I shouldn't meddle in her affairs, but this is the only way I can help.
Okay. So now we'll go to Freya. Apparently you did need to reload the area to get that dialogue from Ansbach, so...
I'm afraid I'm busy. From Sir Ansbach? To me? What on earth could it... Oh. Yes. Of course. I see. As the Festival of War concluded, General Radahn's soul met an honorable end, but kindly Mikola wishes to revive it, which is fine by me. I know it would pain old Jeren, but war has always suited General Radahn best, and certainly far more than any honorable death. Endless war to invigorate the soul, as befits General Radahn, the great lion. Thank you. Now I finally cast off my misgivings. Give my regards to Honorable Ansbach. Tell him, if we should meet in battle, to face your bow would be fine enough, but to face your blade would be an honor.
We get the Golden Lion shield as a reward.
All that remains is the fight for our kind Mikola.
So you see that Freya is still loyal to Mikola's cause. We'll go back and... I can't remember if Ansbach actually has any more dialogue at this point.
Perhaps I shouldn't, but this is the... I should have expected as much from Freya. Some things simply never occur to her. Paralyzing fear. True despair. That's Freya through it.
Okay, and that's it for that little portion of the quest line. So going back up to the 7th floor, Freya will be gone. We won't see her again till pretty much the end of the DLC. Alright, oh, we have a bunch of runes. Let's get some decks going. Alright. Not cool. Alright. There's not anything on this thing, right? Oh, there is. Haha. Ah, yeah. Revered Spirit Ash. Duh. Okay, perfect. So there's another one of those. Okay. Now, we'll drop down back to here and jump on this and make our way up. I feel like my PC keeps stuttering and I don't know why. Okay, over onto this guy. Okay, haha, here's the secret drop down. Okay, cool. So we'll do that in just a sec. Nope. Alright, up here we've got an elite fire knight. Standing guard in front of Messmer's stronghold. Oh, now this armor set I think is cool. The helmet design changes everything. That's so dumb. Freaking Abyss Watcher wannabe. Your flaming sword. Boom. Okay, the helmet is a unique drop, so woohoo! And we've actually got a good chunk of the Fire Knight armor set, so let's go ahead and switch over to that. I know we got the armor to drop. Where is it? Am I crazy? I thought we got the armor to drop. Hold on. Oh no, it was the legs and gauntlets. Okay, rip. Well, never mind. We won't do that then. If we happen to get the armor itself to drop, then I'll definitely switch. Okay, cool. Oh, we didn't do... that portion over there. Maybe that's part of the drop down. Okay. Alright. Well, we'll go ahead and get this side of Grace in front of Messmer's door. We won't do his fight quite yet. We'll save that for the last part. Shadow Tree Fragment. And Side of Grace. Okay, let's head back. Alright, we're just going to drop down right onto this platform. See, I always forget. Like, I'm still misremembering everything. Okay, well, I guess that's all that's down here is that incantation. So, apparently I just don't remember squat. Okay. It might just be accessed from this portion. Sorry, let me just be indecisive here for a second. Okay, yeah. So, since the other, like, the backside portion of the Shadow Keep can be hard to, like, figure out and it's kind of hidden, I think I'm going to save that part for the quote-unquote secret bosses episode that I'm going to do, because there's 3 bosses that aren't particularly, like, easy to find and they're not required for the DLC. So I'm going to save this portion of the Shadow Keep for that episode. So I guess for now, let's go take on Messmer, which this boss fight is fantastic. So I'm very excited for this. My second favorite in the DLC. It's very, very good. As I mentioned before, Horn Scent is a summon you're able to do for this fight. However, his summon sign is in the boss fight itself. There's a couple of summons like that in the DLC. So I'll show you how to do that, and we'll make sure to summon him to keep his quest line going. But enjoy the Messmer cutscene.
Mongrel intruder. That tarnished, it seemeth. Mother, wouldst thou truly lordship sanction in one so bereft of life? Yet, my purpose standeth unchanged. Those stripped of the grace of gold shall all meet death. In the embrace of Messmer's flame.
Oh yeah, baby. Let's go. Okay, so Messmer is a very good fight because he just flows really well. His moves, whoa, big old stagger there. Come on, PC, what are we doing? He never at any point feels OP, but he is definitely challenging. But honestly, like, his moves for the most part are fairly telegraphed, so he can be not too hard to read. Ouch. Okay, watch the anime here. Boom, boom. Boom. Okay, always roll. When he stabs into the ground like that, always roll right afterwards to avoid that AoE that he does. Ouch. By all means, feel free to come back to this fight if you're at once you're at a higher Shadow Tree level. What we're at right now probably isn't the best for taking him on. So don't feel like you need to fight him right now by any means. In fact, we'll probably die here. Yeah. But this fight's awesome, and I'm up for even more of a challenge, so we'll keep grinding it out at this level. Okay, this time we'll summon Hornsent. His summon sign is right at the front as we enter. Okay, he's always going to open up with this little orb attack. So you just roll and then roll again. Very consistent way of dodging it. Ouch. Oh, okay, come on, dude. That was a horrible attempt.
In the embrace of Messmer.
The one part I hate about using summons for is you just can't tell who they're aggroed to, you know? So it's like, are you coming after me? Are you coming after Hornsent? Hard to tell. We're running low on rune arcs. We might have to buy some soon. Alright, so dodge, attack. Forget how delayed that follow-up is, and that one. Goodness gracious. Another horrible start. Dude, wow, I'm struggling. Obviously, it's been a while since I fought Messmer. Forget how delayed. I mean, come on, it's Elden Ring. Every attack is delayed. I should know that.
Messmer, foe of my beloved people, in vengeance for the flames, my blade I wield.
Cool. Oh my word. Come on. Why do I keep thinking his attacks are going to land earlier than they are? Nice stagger. Boom. Boom. cool.
the grace
Wow,
of gold
that...
shall all death.
Jeez!
In the
That did
embrace
so
of
much damage.
Messmer's flame.
Alright, forget the rune arcs. We're at a level that it's really not doing that much more for us anyway, so we're just gonna continue
Foe of
on.
my beloved people, in vengeance for the flames, my blade I wield.
Delay, come on.
Grace
Man,
of
I'm
gold
playing like
shall
an
all
idiot right
death.
now.
In the embrace of Messmer's
Honestly, I might wait until phase 2 to summon Hornsent. He is just really throwing me off. The constant switching of the aggro that Messmer's doing is just driving me nuts. Like, just focus on me, dude. Cool. Grab, yep. And I'm gonna get impaled. That might be death. Yes.
stripped of the grace of gold shall all death. In the embrace of Messmer's flame.
I never realized how delayed Messmer's attacks are, and it's kind of annoying me right now. Yeah. What in the world?
Stripped of the grace of gold shall all
What are you supposed to
in
do
the
about
embrace
that?
of Messmer's flame.
Man, I'm playing like a pleb right now. What in the world? Alright, let's switch some stuff up. This is doing nothing for us in this fight. Flame Drake Talisman +3. Let's just put on some better armor for the sake of doing this fight. Let's go back to Solitude. Okay. Retreat's favor. Okay. Alright, let's do this. I don't understand how you're supposed to dodge both of those. It doesn't feel like there's enough time to. Delay. Come on, Lance. Every attack is delayed. You should know this. Every single one. Just like that. I feel so lame right now. Like, my first playthrough, Messmer took me 6 attempts, I think. And I've already passed that many attempts on, like, my 4th time playing the DLC. Like, that's... Alright, I'm a little tilted right now. I'm gonna take a minute, take a break, and come back. Oh, well, maybe increasing our Shadow Tree Blessing would help, because we're able to do that. you not staggered yet, dude? There it is. Goodness. Alright, phase 2.
I will not suffer. Our Lord, devoid of light. No, Mother. Forgive me. Soon tarnished. Wilt thou be taken in the jaws of the abyssal serpent, shorn of light?
Oh boy. So now it's Messmer, but he's a snake now. Alright, let's summon Hornscent, get him in here. Cool. I pushed B.
In vengeance for the flames, my blade I...
Awesome. Oh, Mega Snake Attack, and he's... Man, they're going all kinds of directions. Oh, nope. Yep. Gosh dang it. Oh, are you kidding me, Hornscent? You die right there? I don't know if he needs to stay alive. I feel like he does. Let's just die. I want to make sure that we get his quest line. Oh, I can't even jump off the edge, really? That's so annoying. Alright, I think maybe this time we'll wait till like the fight's basically over to summon him again. Gosh, what a loser. He's dying right before the fight's over. Like, right before. Alright. We got it, though. thought we were far enough to the left to avoid that, but I guess not. Whatever. Cool. I hate how far to the right he goes with that attack. I always think I'm safe, and then it's like, joke's on you. Man, it's super delayed too. Okay, can you give me 2 f***ing seconds to heal?
The embrace of Messmer's flame.
Are you kidding me? What is that hitbox? Dude. My opinion is slowly changing on this fight. This is some bullshit. Oh my gosh, you f***ing suck. Cool. And it didn't roll. Awesome. Love this game. I'm so beyond tilted. This is f***ing bullshit.
In the embrace of Messmer's flame.
How is that not phase 2? Look at the f***ing HP bar. Why is that not phase 2? It's 50% down. Why did phase 2 not start? Cool. Cool.
O lightless creature, embrace thine oblivion, as shall I.
So dead.
O
Yeah, right there.
lightless creature, embrace thine oblivion, as shall I. With the grace of God shall all be dead, in the embrace of Messmer's flame.
my beloved people. In vengeance for the flames, my blade I wield.
Narca, a curse upon thee.
Accursed Messmer, my clan's suffering, their pain, all that they felt. Do you understand now? Your ugliness. Ah!
That was just the most unsatisfying, like, Messmer kill I've ever, like, boss kill in general I've ever had. I have not gotten tilted like that through any of these walkthroughs that I've done. That was, oh, I apologize. I got really, really pissed off there. Apparently don't come when you're at level 11. Come back when you're higher. Seriously, like, I went from loving this fight to absolutely hating it because of how many, I don't even know how many attempts that took. I'll in editing this, I'll count it up and post how pathetic that was for somebody as experienced as me to take so much time to do. What an absolute joke. Alright, well, that gives us the Messmer's Kindling. As you can see, the description says it burns the ceiling tree. So, the shadowy place that we saw much earlier in the DLC, this is what is able to burn those thorns. However, we have to get to over here in order to do so. We can't just climb up the stairs and do it. It's over here, which requires doing the Raw Ruins area. So, still a ways away from being able to do that. Okay, and then with that, we'll go ahead and go to the West Rampart Site of Grace. Oh wait, I just want to make sure, because I think if you beat Messmer without summoning Horn Scent, he shows up in here, talking about how angry he is that somebody killed him that wasn't him. But yeah, so since we had his help, he's not here. I apologize. I've tried to keep my, I mean, not even tried. Like, I've just been able to keep my spirits high throughout all these walkthroughs, you know, despite millennia taking me, you know, a good amount of attempts. Not even she made me that pissed off. I don't know what got me there, but I apologize. Maybe it's because I know, like, I thought I was good at that fight, but apparently I'm not. Alright, so at the end of this bridge is a Fire Knight who's going to be casting this incantation that's basically like Fire Rain. So you are able to summon Torrent out here, which I suggest to just be able to run as fast as you can. Now, if you get underneath these little ramparts up here, it does protect you from the spell momentarily. But I honestly just tried to run through here as fast as possible. So you can see it coming behind us. Without Torrent, like, even if you're running full speed, you are not fast enough to avoid it. So Torrent's basically the only way of really avoiding it 100%. Oh, and even then, it's still getting us over here. I'm so annoyed. Like, one of those first attempts with Messmer, I said, "Oh, he never feels cheap, and like all his moveset and everything. Like, I never feel like it's unfair at any point, and it doesn't make me angry. Just for it to make me just incredibly angry. Like, Oh man, I haven't gotten that mad at a Souls game in a while. Oy. Alright, well this takes us up to this lift, which will take us to the site of grace that is just right outside the ancient ruins of Rao area. Which that's going to be like the second or third to last episode, so. But we'll go ahead and activate the grace. Okay, well, that's going to be it for this episode. Again, I apologize for how I acted during that Messmer fight. I just can't believe how long it took me and how much I was struggling with it. I am at Shadow Tree level 11, so maybe the strat is to just come back a little bit higher than that. I don't know. But Messmer is a fun fight. I just I got angry about the fact that I couldn't beat him sooner. But yeah, so hope you enjoyed this episode. As I mentioned earlier, the other portion of the Shadow Keep, this quote-unquote secret part, is going to be saved for another episode, which deals with a few secret bosses that the DLC has to offer that aren't associated necessarily to their own like larger area. So that will be one of the later episodes in this, but everything else in the Shadow Keep should have been covered. So if you learned something from this, or if you enjoyed my crashing out during that Messmer fight, please give this video a like, and please subscribe for more videos like this if you can. Doing walkthroughs for all the Souls videos, so we're getting close to finishing the DLC here, which means that Elden Ring will soon be over, which I love this game. It's my favorite game of all time, but I am definitely looking forward to doing some other playthroughs as well. I think the next one we're going to do is Sekiro, which is a phenomenal game, easily one of my favorite games of all time, so definitely looking forward to that. But yeah, that's going to be it for this episode. Next episode, we will make our way over to the Cerulean Coast, which is down to the southern part. When we talked to Tialier earlier, he told us that he was going to be heading that way. So that's going to be the next episode. And then the episode after that is going to be a portion underneath the Cerulean Coast, which leads to a major boss fight. So look forward to that. Like I said, subscribe for notifications and more videos to continue on with this playthrough. That's going to be it for this episode. I will see you next time.